Good morning, Year 2. Have a wonderful Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 13th of May today. Just going through our learning for today. We've got reading comprehension, followed by our core skills, followed by our maths, then our spelling practice, English, connected curriculum, and finally our mindfulness challenges. So hopefully you've got your book or your paper ready and you've written the date, Wednesday the 13th of May, ready for your reading. So what we would like you to do today is to read these two parts here and have a look at your questions, and then I've also put on there your sentences that you will need to write, so make sure you know exactly what you need to do. So I'll pause it there, you can read it, answer the questions and write out the answer. When you're ready, press play and we will look at the answers together. Good luck! Okay guys, hopefully you've had a chance to look at those questions and answer them. We're going to go through them together now. Okay, so your first question was about Pololo, which is a game from Ghana. So Pololo is a hiding game using sticks, stones, coins or other small items. One child hides the object. It's then a race for all the other players to find the hidden items and get back to the finish line. We need quick eyes and quick feet for this game. So because in this question it's asking us about Pololo, are we going to find that answer in the bit about Pinch-a-Niche? No. Are we going to find it in the part about statues from Greece? No. So that gives you a clue of exactly where you need to find it. So your sentence should be, in Pololo, the player who is acting differently is... and we'll look at that together in a minute. The next one, in Kangaroo Skippy-Roo, the player who is acting differently, we're going to look into this section, aren't we, the Kangaroo Skippy-Roo. So let's have a little look. So in Pololo, the player who is acting differently is, what does one person do? Have a look. Pololo is a hiding game using sticks, stones, coins or other small items. One child hides the objects, and then all the other players need to find them. So in Pololo, the player who is acting differently is the one person who is hiding the object. So there is only one person that hides, the rest are doing the finding. So hopefully you picked out that answer from there. Okay, 5B asked us what the player in Kangaroo Skippy-Roo, how they were acting differently. So let's have a little read through. In this game, one child pretends to be a sleeping kangaroo with his eyes shut. So, the player who is acting differently is the one child pretending to be a sleeping kangaroo. So hopefully you were able to pick out that those words acting differently meant that they were doing something different to everybody else in the game. If you want to pause it and have a little look now and find those answers, you can. If you've got them right, fantastic, well done. And then we're going to move on. It is core skills time. So get your tablets or your iPads or your computers or paper, however you're doing this, your games, to practice your core skills. 20 minutes, so pause here. You might want to put a timer on and off you go. Good luck. Okay guys, hopefully you've done your core skills now and you're back for your maths learning. So hopefully you've got your book or your piece of paper in front of you. Now, what I want us to think about today is how we measure mass. So what can we use to measure the weight or the mass of something? So have a little think. If I wanted you to tell me how heavy something was, what could you use to weigh it? When you've got, pause it, when you've got an answer, press play and we'll have a little look. Okay, so you could use scales, and we measure in grams or kilograms. Which is bigger? Do you think grams are bigger or kilograms are bigger? Have a little think about that. You're right, kilograms are bigger. So we're going to have a little look at measuring, recording the mass of something in grams today. So we can see here I've got some scales and I've got some bean bags. Now I want us to work together for this one. We're going to look at the scales and we're going to record the mass of the beanbag. So you need to look very carefully at the scales, and you can see that they've got numbers going round the side. A bit like on a clock, isn't it? Okay, now you will see that there is an arrow pointing to how many grams the beanbags are weighing. So if we look here, we've got 0, 5, 10 and so on. See if you can work out what the mass is. Pause it, have a look. When you're ready, press play and we'll look at the answer together. Okay, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's 30 grams, isn't it? Now that can be written as 30 and the word grams, or we could just put 30 and then we do a G for short, so for 30 grams. So if you've got either of those, well done. We're going to look at another one together now. I want you to have a go on your own. Pause it. Can you tell me how much the plum weighs in grams? Recording the mass of the plum in grams. Pause it. When you've got the answer, press play. The plum is 40 grams. Now this time, it's not counting in fives. What is it counting in? The numbers are going up in tens, but if you look carefully between 0 and 10, halfway we can see a little line. What do you think that might be? Halfway between 0 and 10. That's right, 5. Okay, so we could be counting 5, but the plum is 40 grams, so hopefully you've written 40 grams or 40G. Okay, this is another way of showing you the grams. So these are gram weights. So we've got a 1 gram weight, a 5 gram weight, a 10 gram weight, 50 gram weight, 100 gram weight, 250 gram weight, 500 gram weight, and 1 kilogram weight, which is 1,000 grams. So you've got a little problem like this. Use your gram weights to measure the mass of objects using a balance scale. So when you're using scales where they're measuring in grams and they've already got the measurements, you wouldn't need to use the gram weights. But if you were using balancing scales, you would use gram weights. So who thinks they can tell me how much the apple weighs? So have a little look at the grams here. Pause it. When you've got the answer, press play and we'll look together. So the apple weighs, we've got 50 grams and 10 grams. So 50 plus another 10, we can count in tens, 50, 60. So the apple weighs 60 grams. So there you're adding those grams together. So that's an extra thing that you need to do using the gram weights. So for your challenge, you have got this for your doing. So use gram weights to measure the mass of objects using a balance scale. So the apple weighs, now this is just me making it bigger so you can see exactly how many each gram weight is worth, because I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see it here. So it's exactly the same. So on your paper in your book, you need to write the apple weighs and then how many grams it is. You've then got, use the scales to record the mass of objects in grams. So you've got banana, so you could just write banana equals and then however many it is with the G or the grams. You'll write cup equals and how many grams, and teddy equals and how many grams. So pause it now, have a go. When you're ready, come back and we will have a little look at the answer. Good luck. Okay guys, hopefully you've all had a go at that. We can look at the answers together now. So if we look at the first one, the apple weighs, so if we look here, we've got a 50 gram, a 20 gram and another 20 gram. So in order to find out how much it is, we need to add them all together. So I've shown you here how I've done that. 50 grams, add 20 grams, add 20 grams equals 90 grams. So you should have the apple weighs 90 grams. Give yourself a tick if you've got it right, dot if you haven't. Okay, use the scales to record the mass of the objects in grams. If we look at the banana, it's going up in what? Yeah, that's right, it's going up in fives. And if we look, the arrow is pointing to 35, so the banana weighs 35 grams. If we look at the mug, what are we counting in this time? Tens, and it's pointing at 40, so the mug is 40 grams. We've then got the teddy bear. What's the teddy bear going up in? The scales going up in fives, and it's pointing to 50, so the teddy bear is 50 grams. Just a little extra question. Who can tell me which one weighs the most then? Is it the banana, the cup, or the teddy bear? What do you think? 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You're right. It's the teddy bear. It weighs the most because it's got the highest number of grams. Okay, moving on to our securities. So, we're going to look at one together. And this, for our security, it's about putting in order from heaviest to lightest. So the first thing we're going to do is to look at how much each item weighs, because that will make it easier for us to put it into order. So if we have a little look, the beanbag weighs how many? 30 grams. The plum weighs 40 grams, and the banana weighs 35 grams. So how that would be written is you could just write beanbag and then the number, plum, the number of grams, banana, number of grams. So then we've got here, Mrs. Mullins put heaviest to lightest. So if we look, which one weighs the most? So which is the biggest number of grams? That's right, 40. So it's the plum. The plum is the heaviest. So you would write the word plum. Which one would come next? Is 35 grams next or 30 grams? That's right, it would be 35 grams. So the next one would be banana. And then the lightest one would be the beanbag. So that's how I want to see your work set out. So the first thing you're going to do for your security is work out how much each one is. And you could just write that on the paper by putting beanbag equals 30, plum equals 40, banana equals 35. Then you're going to write the word heaviest at the top, lightest at the bottom, and put them in order. Okay, so here is yours to have a go at. So order the items from the heaviest to lightest. So in your book you would write beanbag and how much it is, cake and how much it weighs, can and how much it weighs, and then you would have the words heaviest to lightest and put them in order. So pause it now, have a go. When you come back, we will look at the answer together. Okay, hopefully you've all managed to have a go at ordering those items from heaviest to lightest. Should we have a little look together? Okay, so if we look at what they weigh first, the beanbag is going up in fives here. It's pointing to 15, so it's 15 grams. We've then got the cake, which is how many grams? That's right, 25 grams. And the can of Coke, which is going up in tens, that's 40 grams. So who knows what the heaviest one is? Which is the biggest number? That's right, so you should have the word heaviest, then a can of cola, then the cake would be next, and the beanbag would be the lightest. Hopefully you've managed to do that. If you found that tricky, might be worth just looking at that with a grown-up again and making sure you're really spot on and secure with that, rather than moving on to the deepen it. If you were able to do that and you think you can move on to the deepen it, then you can just carry on listening and I will move on to that now. Okay, so you need to look at the pictures. You need to tell me how much a can of beans weighs and how much a pineapple weighs. Now if you look carefully, you will see that here the beans are on their own. However, here we've got the beans and the pineapple together, so you're going to have to do something to find the difference. Now that's a big clue. So pause it, have a go. When you're ready, press play and we will look at it together. Okay, I hope you've had a go at that. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's using your other math skills to help you. So, the tin of beans, nice and easy, is 25 grams. Okay, we can see that because we've got a tin of beans on its own. The problem is we need to find out how much this pineapple weighs, but there's a pesky tin of beans on there as well. So we need to work out the difference. So I put here, if we know the tin of beans is 25 grams, we need to find the difference to find out how much the pineapple weighs. So the beans equal 25 grams. The beans plus a pineapple would make 55 grams. So we need to do pineapple and beans, 55 grams, take away the grams of the tin of beans, which is 25 grams, to find the answer. So what we're doing is we're saying, well, we know this is 25. It's 55 altogether. So there's my 55. We know the beans are 25, so we're going to take them away. If we take them 25 grams away, that tin of beans, we'll be left with our pineapple. And 55 take away 25 is 30. So if we count backwards, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, we can find that the answer is 30. That's your morning work, your reading and your core skills and your maths. So maybe have a little break now, a little snack, a little run around. When you're ready, return with a piece of paper. We're going to look at your spellings. Have fun. Okay, guys, back to our spellings then. So very quickly, we're going to recap. What is the spelling pattern we're looking at? That's right, we're looking at the E sound, but spelt with the EY pattern at the end of the word. So yesterday you had a go at having the start of the word and just adding the E to the end. Today I thought I'd give you something a little bit different. So what can you see in the picture? You're going to write down what the different images are. They are all words that are on your spelling list. So they are all things that are on here. You can draw the pictures if you want to on your piece of paper and then write the word, or you can just write the word. It's completely up to you. What I would like you to do once you've had a go at practicing those words is to write some silly sentences about the pictures you can see. Oh, I really, really would like to see some really silly sentences from you. And I've put here just a little reminder. Remember to use your capital letters, punctuation, so full stops or full stops or exclamation marks if it's an exclamation sentence, or question mark if it's a question sentence, and that beautiful neat writing. So pause it here, write the words, draw them and write them if you want to, then have a go at writing some silly sentences. I'm really looking forward to seeing these. When you're ready for your English, guys, press play and we'll move on. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that and you've all got some silly sentences in your head now. So, looking at our English day, something a little bit different, and I think you'll enjoy this. It's a little quiz then. So I want you to think about this question. Can you read for meaning, research and find missing words? So when you read something, can you understand it and get the meaning? Can you find research and can you find missing words? This is your challenge today. So you can see here we've got an English quiz. There is a postcard and it has got some little blue boxes covering up some words. Can you make a list of the missing words? You might need to research to find some of the answers. So what you need to do is you need to read it and then think about what word could go in there. So for example, if I read the first bit, hello children, I'm having a great time hearing something. There is a clue with the front picture. Even though it is a bit rainy, I'm staying in the capital city of something. I've been to see something something and even heard it chiming. Then I went on the something eye. It went up really high and I could see the River Thames. Tomorrow I'm going to London something and I hope I see some other bears. Wish you were here. Love from Buttons the Bear. So you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes there covered up. This is what your work should look like today. So you've got, what are the missing words? You will write on your piece of paper, the missing words are, and then you're going to write the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 are together because they're right next to each other if I just show you. So 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So in your book, pause it now, in your book now, you need to write the missing words are and put the numbers 1 to 6 down the side. Remember for 3, leave a gap for a word, then write and, or you could just put 3/4, that might be easier. Okay, so have a little look. So I'm going to put it back on the bit now for you to pause, for you to read, and then we'll look at the answers together. When you're ready, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've been able to find out those 6 words and written them down like this. Okay, children, I'm having a great time hearing the first word is England. So hopefully you put the word England for number 1. Even though it's a bit rainy, I'm staying in the capital city of London. So number 2 should be London. Now England and London should both have what at the beginning? That's right, capital letters. Why do they need capital letters? Yes, they're names of places. I've been to see Big Ben and even heard it chiming. So 3 and 4 are the words Big Ben. Then I went on the London Eye. So number 5 should be London. It went up really high and I could see the River Thames. Tomorrow I'm going to London Zoo and I hope to see some other birds. So number 6 is zoo. So your answers should be this. Number 1, England. Number 2, London. 3 and 4, Big and Ben. 5, London. 6, zoo. Well done if you got them all right. Make sure you send us an email showing us that you could get those missing words. Don't worry if you got them wrong. If they make sense, still let us see them because we might be able to change it a little bit. Well done for your super hard learning this morning. Let's have a little look. Just a little reminder of CC. What I've decided to do today is to just pick out a couple of activities that you might want to try this week, because I know some of you are finding it hard to choose what you want to do. So you don't have to do these and you can choose something else, but I've just picked one arty music one, one science one and one geography one to just look at and talk about with you. So for music, as we're learning about weather in our science topic, we thought it would be nice for you to create some music to represent different types of weather. Think about the beat, the rhythm and the speed for different weathers. So we did lots of work on beat and rhythm, didn't we? Playing the game where we were doing the syllables like Mrs. Mulliner, Mrs. Mulliner. So you could have a go with your name. So thinking about that beat and that rhythm, we're going to be thinking about the weather, what different weathers we have. So it could be rain. So is it going to be a slow beat? Is it going to be fast for the rain? I suppose it depends if it's raining lots or if it's just drizzling. That's up to you. And then coming up with using different musical instruments. So you might not have musical instruments. It might be that you make things. So if you've got a bottle, if you put rice in it and you shake it, you've got yourself a maraca. If you've got pots and pans and wooden spoons, we know you like to make lots of noise. That's your drum. You can use anything. You can use your body too, because we talked about that. And then what I would like you to do, if you do have a go at this, take a video, send it to us, and we'll see if we can guess what piece represents which weather. And you could do a dance to go with it. So if you created the music with your family, you could then teach your family the beat, and then you could have a go. So if it was rain and it was and it's like a tapping, thinking about what you would do for a dance to go with that. So that's one idea. One of the science activities is to create a weather report video to explain what the weather has been like this week or just today. So if it's sunny by you and you've been out in the garden, you're going to pretend you're a weather reporter and you're going to get your grown-ups to record you talking about how beautiful it is and how hot it is and sunny, and thinking about what you might need. So you might need sun cream, you might need a hat, a weather report, okay? And then a geography example is this: to look online and watch the video clips about the UK and to write or tell us something that you learned from the clip. They're just some of the examples that are on the connected curriculum menu. Just let me know if you find it helpful for me to pick out and talk about a couple of examples. If you don't and you'd rather just have the math, that's absolutely fine, but just let me know, okay? Right, and finally, I know this is your favourite bit, we're moving on to our mindfulness challenges. So, if we look at this one first. This one is lie comfortably on your back on the floor. Move your attention around your body by tensing and clenching your muscles and then relaxing them. Hunch your shoulders, then let go. So you're tensing, clenching your muscles, and then you're letting them relax. So squeezing them, clenching them, then relax. hunch your shoulders, then let them go. Then we've got make your hands into a fist, tighten your muscles in your arms, then relax. And again, and so on. Then it says to work down your body, doing that with all your other muscles. So your tummy muscles, clenching them together, relaxing. Clenching them together, relaxing. Then your bottom, clenching them bottom muscles together, relaxing, and so on. Just allowing yourself to listen to your body. Okay, I've also got this one here, which you might be able to do if you've got things at home, and it's called Open Ears. Okay, build your listening skills. So this is an activity for 2 or more people. You need a bell, a chime, or something that makes a ringing sound. So don't worry, Mrs. Mulliner has hopefully got a bell sound that you can hear. Okay, I'll pause it just there a minute whilst I go through it with you. So it says, number 1, sit mindfully in a circle with your spine straight and your body relaxed. Number 2, choose a leader. The others close their eyes and take 3 soft, slow, mindful breaths. I'm going to be your leader if you haven't got a bell. If you've got one and you want to do it with grown-ups later, that's absolutely fine. So what I would like you to do is sit with your spine straight, body relaxed, close your eyes, take 3 soft, slow, mindful breaths. And I'm going to ring the bell. And all you need to do is listen. Pay attention to the sound. Notice how it fills the room. Raise your hand when the sound stops. Okay? Okay. If you're doing it with somebody else, they can do it for longer or less of time. Put down your hand and focus all of your attention on all the other sounds you can hear now, close and far away. So if Mrs. Mulliner just rings the bell again, hand up when it stops. Listen to what you can hear. I can hear some birds tweeting outside my window. I can hear somebody banging. They must be doing some hammering or something outside. I can hear a car running. And I can also hear somebody mowing their lawn. So just thinking about what sounds you can hear. I'm going to let you listen, and then when the bell goes again, that's a signal for you to open your eyes and tell us about the sounds that you've heard. This is training your ears and your brain to work together. Okay, so hopefully you managed to have a go at that. So if you want to go rewind it back a little bit and listen to it with me doing the bell properly, so you can have another go, you can. I just found a bell sound on YouTube, so if you haven't got a bell at home, you could get your grown-ups to do that, or if you've got a whistle or any other sound, that's absolutely fine. It's just about getting you to focus on the listening and then recognizing when that sound stops and allowing your body to listen to what else is going on around you. Guys, thank you for your hard work again this week. Take care, enjoy your time with your families, stay safe, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.